to No Guilt, Just Growth. I'm Kristen Pomper, wife, coach, and corporate working mom of two. I help ambitious working moms stop running on empty and start building lives they're obsessed with, without the guilt or burnout. I'm on a mission to redefine what success looks like for moms. Because one thing I know for sure, it's not about putting everyone else's needs above your own. If you're ready to stop surviving and start thriving, you're in the right place. Hey gal, welcome back to another episode. Maybe this is just me, but a lot of my mom guilt comes from those moments I have to be really stern with my kids. I think it's because I'm pretty direct, to the point. I'm kind of a no bullshit type of person, but that's not necessarily how I want to show up for my kids. So I find myself overcorrecting and trying to be extra delicate with them. And whenever I find myself being firm or cold, I end up feeling really bad. I'll walk away wondering, was I too hard on them? Did I raise my voice too much? Should I have been more empathetic? So if you've ever found yourself wondering, am I being too soft or am I being too hard on my kids? This episode is for you. As moms who are constantly balancing a million things, I think it's easy to swing between two extremes. We're either trying to stay calm and gentle and make sure that we're validating every feeling that our kids have, or we're snapping and laying down the law when our patience is razor thin. And honestly, I don't think either of those are wrong or bad. We want our kids to feel safe. We want them to understand limits. And the magic of parenting isn't found in one or the other. It's learning when to sit with your kids in their emotions and when to be firm, because there's room for both. Somewhere along the way, I feel like discipline started to sound like punishment. But what if we reframed it for what it really is? Discipline is a form of teaching. When we discipline our kids, we're not just enforcing rules, we are teaching boundaries, respect, safety, and self-control. We're teaching them what is acceptable and what isn't. And those boundaries, those rules, they're real. We don't just make them up. It's not just because I said so. We don't enforce these things just because we have the authority to do so, because we're their parents, or because it's our opinion. No, we do so to guide them toward the behavior that keeps them safe, physically, emotionally, mentally. And it's not just for their safety, it's for the safety of others around them. It's our job to help our kids understand that their actions don't only affect them, they impact the people around them too. And sometimes what's comfortable for them might not be thoughtful for other people. We have to teach our kids to respect others. So before reacting, I try and remind myself, I'm not punishing, I'm teaching, I'm coaching, I'm course correcting. And that one thought, it pulls me out of the frustration or the guilt that I feel and back into leadership. And here's another thing I've been trying to remind myself whenever I find myself being too cold or firm. Our children's feelings are not the problem. Their behavior is just how that feeling comes out. And that is what needs shaping, the behavior. I think this is a Dr. Becky quote that all feelings are welcome, all actions are not. It's okay to be upset and we still treat each other with kindness. It's okay to be frustrated and we still use gentle hands. It's okay to feel angry and we still speak with respect. That little word and changes everything because when we say but, it can sound like we're rejecting how they feel. When we say and, we're validating the feeling and reinforcing the boundary. And then I think the directive after the and, spinning it to be positive as opposed to negative, it guides them on what to focus on, not just what not to do. I feel like our kids hear no all day long. No, you can't have that. No, not right now. Don't touch that. Don't yell. Don't scream. Don't hit. Don't do that. But when we reframe the rule positively, use gentle hands, speak kindly, it gives them a clear action to take. My go to that I've been trying to say is your feelings are valid and so are the rules. And just to be clear, when I started doing this, Olivia didn't like magically stop throwing tantrums or say, okay, mommy, thank you for the lesson. There were still tears. There are still tears. Kids are not going to thank us for our boundaries. But over time, I think they start to learn how to handle those big emotions inside their tiny little bodies. I still struggle with this because, in all honesty, I tend to give tough love when my kids are emotionally hurt. When they cry or they whine, my go to is always something like, you're okay, it's fine. But one day it just hit me that when our kids are upset or stressed out, we need to respond as if they're physically hurt. If your child fell and scraped their knee, you wouldn't yell across the room, walk it off. Okay, actually, I have definitely said that before. But more times than not, you'd rush over to them and hold them and nurture them until they feel safe again. And what I keep reminding myself is that emotional pain is no different. In fact, I think it's even more important to respond with compassion when their little hearts are hurt. When we show up and we sit with those emotions, they learn that they can handle them. They get a rep, they get practice for managing disappointment and anger and sadness. And over time, I think that builds resilience and confidence and their ability to self regulate. It's a delicate dance between warmth and boundaries. It's not gentle or firm, it's both. And that combination is what helps kids feel safe, seen, and secure. Being gentle doesn't mean letting everything slide, just like being firm doesn't mean being too harsh or cold. Gentle is empathy, firm is boundaries. And when you combine them, you create safety. When your child is having big emotions that they don't really know how to handle, be gentle by showing empathy. Sit beside them, validate. And when they're testing a rule, be firm. Stay calm and consistent in the boundaries that you set. Because I feel like gentle says, I see you, and firm says, I've got you. And together they say, you're safe with me. And can we just be real for a second? We're not going to get it right every single time. And I think we make it such a big deal. We beat ourselves up for losing our patience or not giving choices. But parenting isn't about being perfectly gentle or endlessly firm. It's about staying as regulated as we can, repairing when we don't, and just moving on. We're not screwing up our kids when we say, because I said so, or if we give a consequence that we can't fully enforce, something like, you are never watching TV again, or when you praise the outcome instead of what we're supposed to do, which I think is praising the process. Like, we're all human, we're doing our best, and our best, when it comes with love and consistency and intention, that is more than enough. Some days we're calm and we're connected. Other days were firm and fiery. There's no single right way. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. When we show up consistently, care often, and I don't know, stay open to growth, our kids learn they can do the same. So the next time you catch yourself wondering, God, was I too hard? Or was I too soft? Take a breath and remind yourself you are both the comfort and the compass. You're the one who teaches your kids that it's okay to feel everything and that love doesn't disappear when boundaries show up. That's what balance looks like: empathy and structure, warmth and strength, gentle and firm. Because our kids don't need perfect moms, they need present ones, intentional ones. They need you. I don't know if this episode helped or not. I feel like maybe it just confused us even more because I think there's space for both gentle and firm parenting. But if this episode hit home, or maybe it just made you feel a little bit seen, do me a favor and write a quick review. Your reviews help more moms find the show and remind them that they're not alone in this journey. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have an incredible week, and I will see you in the next episode.